Welcome to Module 4, Part 3, SM4, V3, Responding to your students' writing. In the previous video clip, you saw a teacher preparing students to write a story about a person. Now, imagine that the students have all written a story. What can the teacher do now? How can the teacher look at and correct all of this written work? Now, watch the video clip to see what the teacher does.
Now you have to check others' writing. Okay, before this, you have to remember the 5 criteria. What will you use at the time of marking answer script? Okay, you will consider, is the story interesting? Yes. Next time, does the story have lots of interesting words? Does the story have a lots of interesting words? Is the story clear? Okay, next, are there any spelling mistakes? Are there any grammar mistakes? And are there any mistake with punctuation? Okay, you have to consider this thing. When you will check. Now pass your work. Pass your work. Pass your work. Pass your work. Okay, have you passed your work? Now, exchange your work. 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 Okay? Have you exchanged? Yes. Now you will check. Okay? Now check. Okay? Marking. Marking. Is there any? Okay? That's right. Okay.
So, did the teacher do what you thought he would? There are some interesting things to think about here. Firstly, students can help each other with writing. They can help each other come up with ideas for stories or passages, and they can even help each other write. Students who are better at writing can help those who need more support. Students can also give feedback on other students' work, and students can use this feedback to improve their own work. The second thing to note is how students can enjoy reading each other's work. Sometimes we can forget that writing is there for a purpose. It is to be read. If students have written a paragraph about themselves or another student, or if students have used their imagination to write different stories or description, then other students are interested in reading them. They want to see what everyone has written, and this has a really good effect. If somebody wants to read your writing, then you write better. So, one thing that can help your students to develop their writing to make sure that others read their writing from time to time. This is the final video clip of Module 4. In this module, you have learned that writing is useful for practicing vocabulary and grammar, and it is a useful way to prepare for exams. We can make writing more interesting and motivating for students if we involve them more by letting them write about their own lives, for example, by encouraging them to think of creative ideas. We've also seen that it can be good to let students read others' work. এখন লেসনের এই অংশটি সংক্ষেপে তুলে ধরছি। এই ক্লিপে আমরা দেখলাম ছাত্রছাত্রীরা একে অন্যের লেখা পড়ছে এবং সংশোধন করছে। খেয়াল করুন কিভাবে তারা একজন আরেকজনকে লিখতে সাহায্য করছে এবং একজন আরেকজনের প্যারাগ্রাফ আনন্দের সাথে পড়ছে। কারো লেখা দেখার জন্য যদি পাশে কেউ থাকে, তবে সে তার লেখাটি অনেকটা নির্ভুল করার চেষ্টা করে। এই মডিউলে আমরা জানলাম ভোকাবুলারি ও গ্রামার প্র্যাকটিসের জন্য রাইটিং খুবই গুরুত্বপূর্ণ। পরীক্ষার প্রস্তুতি নেওয়ার ক্ষেত্রেও কাজটি খুব দরকারি। ছাত্রছাত্রীদের আমরা যত বেশি সম্পৃক্ত করতে পারব, রাইটিং প্র্যাকটিসও তত বেশি আনন্দদায়ক হবে এবং ছাত্রছাত্রীরা উৎসাহিত বোধ করবে। এখন ছাত্রছাত্রীদের লেখা সংশোধন করে দেয়া সম্পর্কে আরও জানার জন্য টিচার গাইডের মডিউল 4 ট্রাই ইন দ্য ক্লাসরুম 4 দেখুন।